We are deep inside a secret mountain bunker where the US military is simulating an attack from North Korea. Across the border, Kim Jong Un has dramatically ramped up weapons tests. After abandoning a goal of peaceful reunification with Seoul, Kim says he will annihilate South Korea and the US if provoked. As tensions on the Korean Peninsula soar, there are increasing concerns that the Kim regime could launch a surprise attack from the north at any moment. We're being taken by the US military to a top-secret bunker just outside of Seoul that's built underneath a mountain. This site would serve as a command control center, both for exercises that are unfolding now with the US South Korean allies, but also in the event of a conflict with North Korea. The location is a closely guarded secret, and we aren't allowed to film anything that could reveal its whereabouts. Command Post Tango is one of the US military's most secure facilities on the Korean Peninsula. Built deep underground, the bunker can reportedly survive a tactical nuclear strike. From its labyrinth of corridors, Paul J. LaCamera commands all US forces on the Korean Peninsula. In the event of armed conflict with North Korea, this room would become the primary command and control center for US and South Korean forces.
This is where the fight is synchronized. Pretty phenomenal capability in here. We'll keep it at that.
It's from here that US troops simulate a response in the event of a surprise attack from Pyongyang. Much of what happens in this room is too secret to film, but we are told the exercises reflect a vast array of rapidly changing threats from the north.
The fight here on the peninsula has changed. It's changed with the weapon systems that our adversaries have that really make the threat 360 degrees in multiple domains. Undersea, on the sea, in the air, and in space and in cyberspace.
Many military strategists were a bit surprised of how Ukraine and Gaza have unfolded. What, just say, in the last couple of years, might you be adapting and integrating to make sure that South Korea and the US and allies are readily prepared?
Deception is real, so we have to pay attention to that. We have an adversary that has capabilities. Those capabilities are growing with the help of others, and it forces us to think about it and think differently about it. To your point about Ukraine and Gaza, I've challenged our folks. We cannot have a failure of imagination. It's just that simple.
There is evidence that Kim Jong Un's forces are preparing to stretch the imagination of military planners. Recent activity along the demilitarized zone has led to fears Kim may be planning a strike on South Korean territory. In March, photos were released of Kim supervising an attack on a mock South Korean outpost, and surveillance images released by South Korea's military show North Korean troops building new guard posts along the country's shared border in recent months. To counter Kim's military, South Korea has expanded the scale of military exercises and staged defense drills in the capital designed to prepare the population for a major surprise attack. North Korea has concentrated much of its recent saber-rattling near a group of South Korean islands in the Yellow Sea. The concern is that Pyongyang could carry out a contained military assault here to put pressure on the South Korean government. The islands are a major flashpoint. They sit along a heavily disputed maritime border between North and South Korea, known as the Northern Limit Line. Pyongyang says the line was drawn illegally, and it has unilaterally declared its own line, which stretches into South Korea's territory. And Yeonpyeong Island is right in the middle of the dispute. The people living here understand that an attack from the north can occur without warning, and that's because it happened here not that long ago. In 2010, North Korea launched a surprise artillery attack on the island, killing 4 people and damaging dozens of homes. In the same year, a South Korean warship sailing in the nearby sea was sunk by a torpedo, killing 46 sailors. The incidents brought the two countries to the brink of war. As a consequence, the islands are some of the most heavily militarized parts of South Korea, with permanent fortifications to stop a North Korean assault. Kim Jung-bae is one of Yeonpyeong's village chiefs. For him and hundreds of others, that threat became real recently when North Korea fired artillery towards the island, forcing residents to flee to the bunkers.
모포라든가 방독면 같은 거, 음식 같은 거를 먹을 수 있고 사용할 수 있게끔 설치 준비해놨고요.
He knows an attack could come at any time.
그리고 여긴 annihilate 선율이 있습니다. 그리고 여기는 철조망이 쳐 있질 않고요. 불과 2km 정도 되지 않 눈에 보면은 불과 한 눈 대략적으로 1km 정도밖에 안 되는 것처럼 이렇게 가까이 되어 있고요. 철조망이 쳐 있지 않기 때문에 항시 침투할 수 있는 그런 상황은 예견돼 있는 겁니다, 지금.
To prepare, the South Korean military has practiced deploying forces to the islands in the event of an unexpected assault. And the government in Seoul has pledged a swift response to any strike from Pyongyang.
저는 그렇게 생각합니다. 적은 언제든지 도발할 수 있다. 예. 그리고 또한 우리도 그거에 대해서 언제든지 대응할 준비가 되어 있다. 태세를 갖추고 있다는 것이죠. 도발을 한다면 우리가 얼마든지 더 강하게 완전히 제압할 수 있다. 제가 그런 것을 또 말씀드리고 싶습니다.
South Korea's military is aware that the true extent of the threat from the north is unknowable. The fear is that what may come over the horizon could be enough to tip the peninsula back into a state of war.